without further ado, I bring to you tales from the internet. Internet. All right. This goes as follows. It just says ladies, but I'm just gonna say ladies, gents.
Yeah.
You just left your significant other's crib, and maybe 2 minutes after you leave, you receive a text from them saying they're gone. You can come over now. What are you doing? Be honest.
Okay. Now if that were me, I would probably and I just left the house and I got that message, I'd probably be rushing back home. I ain't even gonna lie. I'd want to see what's going on, what's happening, who you sending this message to. Yeah, I'd be livid, definitely, because there's so many things that are wrong in that type of situation. For one, I always think that you never disrespect a person's house. So that alone would have me in my feelings like, yo, who you telling to come over my house? And so yeah, no, it wouldn't be cool. I would definitely be I would definitely be waiting to see who's trying to come into my house. I'd probably be on a stakeout or something.
Would you wait and fight the dude, or
Well, what do you mean by wait? So you're saying just wait outside for the person to come?
just
No,
exactly?
no. I'm not. I'm too impulsive that I'd actually go in the house and be like, "Yo, what's good?" Like, I got a message. You telling the dude come over? What's up? So I don't have enough patience to just sit back and I'm gonna wait here for 2 hours until no, bro. Like
Nah, nobody ain't doing that for 2 hours. You know it's gonna
everybody.
be they're gonna be around the corner getting ready to come. Or how about you go back inside and you like, give me your phone. You take her phone and now you're holding her phone and you're like, we'll wait together. And y'all wait inside for say whoever to show up.
See, that's the thing. In All right, that's probably something someone would do, right? But I don't know if you've ever dealt with somebody that's wrong. A lot of times when they're wrong, they'll fight you for it. So you try to take that phone, you might end up going to jail. So you're better off just being like, you know what? You need to go. You know what I mean? Clearly, I got a message. I know you try to, I think, you know what I mean? You're better off. And I'm saying in a very mature way, but in a real way. Because
Yeah.
any type of interaction other than that might end up you getting in trouble. Because again, when you try to take her property, dude, that alone, people, when they're wrong, will press charges for it. Like, no, you no point. You already have the evidence on your phone. You do not need to take her phone. You need to just get her out of your vicinity. That's what you need to do.
I was saying take her phone. I personally wouldn't. Because
Okay.
at that point I'd be like, oh, you just told me that it's over without telling me it's over. Like,
Exactly.
tell me it's
Exactly.
over without telling me it's over. Send me a text message saying he's gone, babe. Come in. Nah. I mean, all right, peace.
Exactly.
I'm gone. But I was just saying, somebody saying,
Mm.
come back home. Oh, yeah, I was checking something. I lost my phone. Hey, pass me your phone for a second. Now you have the phone. It's like, all right, let's just wait. But
But I
you
wouldn't
already
suggest
know
anybody to do
the.
that.
No, I wouldn't either. But I'm just saying, there are the toxic people, the toxic relationships
Yeah.
where they'd be like, I'm with all the smoke. I'm with all the
Yeah.
issues. It's like,
Yeah.
let's do this. I
Yeah.
mean, they wouldn't even. I saw one post where, like, they're doing it as a prank. Prank your significant other, say he's gone, come home. So she watched him out the window. She sent the text message and she's recording him.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets in his car and drives off. And then you see him running back. He climbs the building and opens the window and rips through this mesh. And he's like, and she's dying of laughter. She's like, yo, it's just a joke. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, who you told me to come? And she's like, it was a joke. And I was like, people will do some messed up stuff. So be careful. Be wary who you mess with because some people are out for play.
Oh yeah, definitely that point. But again, that's why, and I know there's no reason to ever do any type of violence or anything, but that's why one of the main things are you never disrespect a person's house. Because for some reason, since the beginning of time, that's like the most sanctified. That's the most place where like you you leave everything else outside. And if you bring that into my house, a lot of people feel extremely disrespected and hurt by that. Therefore, it's even to the fellows or the women doing dirt, you keep it away from home. I'm not doing that. I would never do that. Clear this up. But I'm just saying, people have done a lot just for the principle of their house.
Yeah.
You keep it away from home. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, no. If that happened to me,
Yeah.
and I, people who know me know that that's not a funny joke. Don't play with me like that. I don't find it funny. I don't think it's funny. I don't think any of these pranks that people are doing online are funny. So don't play with me.
But what would
Don't
you
do
do
this.
though? What would you do?
I just told you. I said it's you telling me we're broken up without telling me we're broken up.
Okay. So you just
I don't
walk
need
back in.
anything else.
That's cool. Just cool.
I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get my stuff. I'll leave.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. I'll find somewhere to go. Don't worry about me. But I'm not gonna sit here and, I mean, we are not married yet. So this is why I can say this. Now, if we're married, then that's a whole other can of worms. It's like, why? What happened? Why would you get, like, anyways, I don't even want to get into all that.
If you were married, no, I want to now. If you were married, how would you handle it?
At that point, it's okay, we're going to sit down and have a conversation. I'm not going to walk away from my marriage. Like, I chose to get married to you for a reason. You agreed to get married to me for a reason. So, hey, we're going to have to talk this out to figure out what's going on. See if we can rectify it, fix it, find out what's going on and why you're doing what you're doing.
Damn.
But if we're just boyfriend and girlfriend and you do this, then it's nothing for me to walk away. I'm gone.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I feel you, but marriage or no marriage, I believe you should always work on things or try to. But again, if I feel as though it's too far gone to work on, then I gotta take a step. Like, if you're already inviting someone into my house, that means that this ain't the first time. I'm assuming it's not the first time. Therefore, it's already too far. Like, it's not like I'm worried about us. There's a wedge going or creating a wedge between us. It's not that like no, there's already a wedge. You've already went outside of our vows. Bruh, I don't know, man. I don't think I could sit down and talk. Maybe after a couple months, a couple years, but right away, nah, bruh. We definitely need not to see each other at that moment.
My mother and I have been waxing each other for quite some time now.
It shocks people if we share the things that we do. I showed her my first sex tape about 2 years ago.
I showed her my first sex tape maybe a year ago.
A couple weeks back, there was a post that we were supposed to talk about and we completely forgot to talk about it. And I remembered about it, and I feel like now's a good time for us to bring it up. You remember the time where the mother and daughter were sharing sex tapes and they said they were each other's best friends? Yeah. How do you feel about how close they are?
I think now bear with me.
You can see I'm disgusted by
that's
it.
That's all I'm saying. Bear with me. They're adults, right? But I still think it should be against the law. It's really disgusting to hear them saying that just how close they were and watching. Why would you want to watch your parent? Why would you want to watch your child? That's just extremely disgusting. Plus doing like each other's waxes and stuff, and they were just nasty. I'm sorry, but just nasty. It's like real disturbing. I can't even see how a parent can allow their relationship with their child to even get that close without realizing that this is disturbing behavior. Like, it's not okay. So no, very disgusting. I'm disgusted by it. It's not funny. It's not cool. It's extremely weird. And just the fact that they're proud of it and happy, like, it's disturbing. That's the best way to put it. It's extremely disturbing. How do you feel about it?
No, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's you got to create those boundaries. You're the child's parent. You're not their
Yeah.
best friend. I mean, it's cool that you want to be their best friend. You want to connect with them, and I get that. But you have to learn to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to be able to cut the ties and walk away from, I mean, certain situations with your child
Yeah.
or your parent. They don't need to know everything you do. You don't need to know everything they do. They don't need to be everywhere you are. You don't need to be everywhere they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like being around and having a conversation and your child is there listening to your conversation and chiming in. From you were a child. Yo, grown folks are talking. Go sit over there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to allow your, like, you just allowed, I don't agree with it. I think there should be boundaries and not everything is for everyone, especially sharing sex tapes. The
Yeah.
waxing thing, I'm not even saying it's the craziest thing, it's the weirdest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if they're going to do it for each other, it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, but the parent has seen the child growing up, obviously to a certain age. If the child feels comfortably enough to say, hey, mom, I want to go get waxed, and the mother's like, I can do it for you, and she's feeling comfortable enough, so be it. And this is me really reaching and trying to justify it or make.
But I get what you're saying, but I think it's everything in totality.
Yeah.
Right?
No. I understand that.
So,
I was getting to the rest of the stuff.
okay.
But the whole sex tape thing, that you've drawn the line and you've crossed that line by far.
Mm.
There should never, ever, ever be a day, a reason, anything to say, hey, it's my sex tape. Can you just look at it and give me pointers? Like, what kind of pointers can you get? Like,
It's weird. It's weird,
it's
man.
really weird. No.
Yeah. No, I try not to judge people, but some things need to be judged, man. In no way and nowhere that's okay, bruh. Like, that's, it's disturbing, bro.
And I get it. You want to say you're close and you guys are really close and you guys want to be best friends, but there still need to be boundaries. Best friends have boundaries.
I wouldn't just chill out and watch my boys. Like, it's just like, why? So I think there should be boundaries. Definitely. It's weird. It's weird. That's it. It's weird, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mad weird. So, you know, on one of our favorite platforms, TikTok.
I was counting in my head. 1, 2, and 3, and go.
Oh, you hit that. There's this guy. He said 2 weeks ago, his girlfriend turned him down on a marriage proposal. But he said, call me a sucker. That's what the tag kind of said. Call me a sucker if you want. But he bought her a new car. His girlfriend gets the keys. Doesn't even say thank you. Just hops in the whip. Like, this is mine. Where's the paperwork? And basically just really all about the car. No love to him. Question. For somebody that basically has been turned down on a marriage proposal, because we've had this conversation, is it over if you propose and the person says no? So you're turned down on a marriage proposal, and then you buy a huge gift. Not two things, these two things aren't necessarily exclusive. Like, you could buy a gift even if the person said, so that's not where I'm going with it. But there seems to be no type of affection or love for the gift, and it seems to be all about the gift. Do you have any sympathy if that person, said person, finds out that she was using him at the end of the day? With this specific situation, would you have any sympathy for this person?
I mean, I would feel bad for him.
Okay.
I really would, because in his mind, he's doing everything he can to be the best man and to provide for her. He may be, yeah.
And let me just clear this up. He already called himself a sucker for buying her this gift. I'm just wanting to make sure that's clear too.
But see, he's only calling himself a sucker for doing that because he knows this is what people are saying. Automatically, people's minds are, you're such a sucker. She turned you down 2 weeks ago and you're still going to get her a car? Okay. Doesn't change the fact that I love her.
Yeah.
Doesn't change the fact that she may have needed a new car. I'll be honest with you. I don't show my appreciation like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, I love you, oh my gosh. I don't do any of that stuff. I can be mad excited, but people would be like, you didn't like it? I'm like, nah, I loved it. Oh, you didn't seem like it? Well, I don't jump up and down, jump for joy and scream and stuff. So that was never going to happen. So maybe she's the same way. Oh, yo, this is mine? Okay, let me see. Let me see the pink slip. Okay, it was really mine? Okay, cool. Like,
okay.
And if she turns out she was just using him, I feel sorry for him because he was really trying and it's what he wanted, but she didn't feel the same. She didn't reciprocate the feelings. I ain't going to be mad at him. I ain't going to make fun of him for it. I'd be like, that sucked, but it is what it is. Lesson learned. But on the other hand, if it was one of those things where she's made it clear, nah, I ain't trying to marry you. Like, nah, this is just a stepping stone. We're just here, we're having fun, and he just keeps trying to do these things, and she's taking this stuff. And then when she cuts it off, I will not feel bad for him because, hey, she's told you. She was straightforward. She told you she don't want it. You continue to do it, so that's on you. You? What do you feel about it?
I think I'm gonna get some t-shirts and hats made, like no sorrow for simps. Okay? My guy, I don't feel bad for him. If she's using them, he already acknowledged that there's a good chance she's using them. Once you acknowledge it, I can't feel bad for you, bro. Now, at the end of the day, you proposed. She said no. It's her right. If she's not ready, you can't force her. If you guys choose to stay, fine. Now, you buy her an extravagant gift. She's happy about it. But when you buy her this gift, you already acknowledging that, yo, I might be making a mistake. I might be a sucker. And then when she gets this gift, she's all happy. Because I understand you're just a real calm person, but she showed her emotions on her sleeve. She just didn't show no emotion towards him. Now, renting the car, asking him everything about the car, but no, not even a thank you. My G, you know, I've told you, please and thank you are two things for me I need in my life. And she did not say thank you at all, bruh. If that's not a flag, I don't know what is. I don't feel bad for him at all. If she's just playing him, if she's just using him, dude, you take that L, you keep it moving, man. You already know that is a possibility. If you already have it in your mind, that's a possibility that a person's using you. You should definitely probably move with your instincts. I'm one on that. If I truly feel something, I make move. And he more than truly feel it. He put it on the internet and said how he was feeling, that he might be a sucker for you and getting her that. I feel no way for you, bro. Whatever you get, you get. If you get true love, you get it. But if you get played, you get it. That's how I see it, bro. No sorrow for simps.
Yeah. I see you thought about that because that t-shirt idea came quickly to you. But all right, cool. Speaking of TikTok though.
Hit it.
The black creators decided they're going to put a halt on these dances until they get the respect that they deserve. And I'm down for that. I really do like that. The fact that they're coming together, or we're coming together as a people to say, you know what? No, we ain't gonna do this. You're not gonna use us for our crafts and use us for our style and aesthetics and not give us the credit we deserve for it.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like we should do this in life, period.
Yeah.
Support Black-owned businesses. Support Black podcasts. CuzTheInternet podcast. On TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
on Gmail, CuzTheInternet at
On
gmail.com.
YouTube as well. Like, share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
And it's not even say this was a plug. This is just me speaking from the heart. You know?
Freestyle. So like, share, subscribe. YouTube.
But no, like, we really should. The fact that the young generation is doing this with this, I'm not even mad and I'm not even doubtful.
Mm.
I mean, obviously, I don't think the politic thing is going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
But if we keep banding together like this, eventually something is going to happen for us. And I'm not mad at it. Meg Thee Stallion's new song, Thought-ish.
I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back, cause the bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape.
Yeah, Thought-ish.
Did you see videos?
This guy, you know you're going to hell for that, right? You're going to hell for that.
It's so...
I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back, cause the bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape.
It's hilarious. They really were... Like, one girl was like, she's giving you the blueprint, the details. She's telling you exactly what to do. And they... What? Like, because nobody else did it and you can't still do that, that's what you came up with? And walk away? Like, no. But yeah, I'm all for it, man. I'm going to watch that video.
What were they doing?
And they're just walking away. Just both hands.
Yes. They were doing the orangutan.
Yo, it really.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen it.
It's hilarious.
Just like your imitation of it.
Yo, that's what they look like. That's what they do.
Hysteria, I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back, cause the bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape.
And then some of them just and they just turn around and just walk away slowly. I'm like, you didn't do anything. There was nothing done.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
No.
But yeah.
I'm all for it as well. I'm all for it as well. Because again, it's a known thing, a known fact actually in the TikTok world, which we are a part of. Follow us, CuzTheInternet. That a lot of Black creators, especially with these dancers and whatnot, have been taking their moves, their dances, and then blowing up while the actual originator still gets, you know what I mean, doesn't go viral. And it's kind of crazy to me, the fact that that's happening. And it's happening in such an abundance. Like, it's crazy when you actually see the original versus the ones that go viral. And it's not fair at all. And I think it's a great move for them. I think that, I think it's a great move. I think that if they stand together, at least what they've done so far, of course, they're going to all go back to the platform eventually. But I think that their point, at least they have us talking about it and they have millions and millions of people talking about it. So I think at least what they were planning and their point is getting done. So I'm all for it, definitely.
And this is also with this movement, this should be in sports. I mean, it is, but not really, because they will talk about it. But I feel like we should be able to band together and be like, you know what? This was wrong. We're all stepping away.
Yeah.
Look how many athletes will walk away and you guys will be standing there with your hands in your pants, not knowing what to do, because you guys use us to bring in the crowds to make yourselves money, but you treat us any old way. Like the post I sent you with the soccer player, the black soccer player.
Yes.
Where they were calling out racial slurs to him, making monkey noises every time he touched the ball.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. He then went, after a while of this happening, him getting frustrated, he gave the fans the middle finger.
Yeah.
The other team attacked him to fight him.
Yeah.
You guys are defending racism that much? And this is one of those times where I felt like all the black athletes in soccer and in all sports should have been like, you know what? We'll step away. We'll see what happens to your sport. I mean, soccer, it's a lot of
And
races. So, I mean, it's not really going to really
yeah.
make that much of a difference if all the black soccer players walk away.
But in some soccer leagues, what they've implemented now, though, if fans are saying any racial or being disrespectful or, you know, any type of racist, they cancel the game fully off the top. So if you're at a home game or whatever and your team's even winning and you start yelling out monkey or the N-word or something, they'll cancel the game right off the top, which I respect.
They
Not
should have done it for
everywhere.
this
Not
game.
everywhere is doing it. That's what I'm saying. Clearly, not everywhere is doing it. But the problem with that, though, is if your team is losing, you might just want them to cancel the game rather than actually take that out. So I'm sure they'll have to refine it, or maybe I just don't know the full details to it. Yeah. But overall, I like that concept. At least they're standing up and being like, listen, you're the fans, you're here to watch, but you're going to end up hurting the team if you don't show some respect. So I'm all for that.
Yo, mad disrespectful. And it's not the first time this happened. Like in hockey, it happened as well. Like, what's wrong with people?
In every sport, bro. Legit, every sport.
Yeah. But it happens more in those predominantly white sports because
definitely. They're predominantly white. 100%.
But man, like I feel like they should band together and just all walk off. I mean, see what happens from there. But
it's just that in soccer, there's so many leagues, right? That's why it's all literally the world sport, bro. Everywhere around the world has a soccer team. Everywhere plays. So to just all the black players banned, it would be amazing to see. But it's, you know what I mean? You're asking someone from Croatia to ban with someone from Spain, to ban with someone from England, to ban with someone from New York. It'll just be very difficult to do. So.
I get it. So there's a post from Angry Black Man. That's what he seemed like. Talking about basically a girl should have two dudes because, I mean, if one dude is not doing everything he should be doing, pardon me, if one dude is not doing everything he should be doing, then you have another one to fall back on. Until the other one starts paying for everything, then that's when you can make him your boyfriend and get rid of the other one. He also went on to say he got paid. Did you send her money? How are you going to say, what we doing this weekend if yada, yada, yada? I'm going to start. I usually ask you, what do you feel about it?
Yeah.
Like I just called him the angry black man because I feel like he's just angry. I don't condone this. I don't think it's right to have two boyfriends until one is ready to pay for everything, and then that's when you make him officially your boyfriend and you cut the other one off. No, that's once again on some child stuff, on some you were messed up in whatever way, so you're just trying to bring your messed up baggage to the other relationship and try to mess other people's minds up. No, I don't agree with any of this. No. I mean, I'm in the part where he's saying, you're messaging, hey, what you been up to? You've been on my mind, so on and so forth. I'm not saying people can't be busy and not think of you, but not always. Okay, you know how it is back in the day. You're working your little job, you're getting your little money. You ain't got money like that. So hey, you want to go out? You want to do something? You're on a budget? Okay, cool. So you're going to say it's okay for her to have two boyfriends because you're doing what you can to try to be a good boyfriend to her, but because you can't take her to the Belize and take her on vacation trips, she should get another dude who can do that until you're able to provide for her. Or if he's able to pay for everything, then you snooze, you lose, you get cut off because he can do everything for her. Suppose you're the better fit for her. None of this makes any sense to me. So I don't agree with what he was saying, but that's just me. That's just me. What do you think? How do you feel?
So, I call this sucker Derek Jackson 2.0, bro. Because at least Derek Jackson was just saying, hey, if he ain't treating you right, if he ain't doing this, leave him. This dude is saying, hey, I don't want to see, I was about to use the wrong words, but he's saying, hey, cheapen yourself. And it's not saying that, hey, when you're dating, you can date whomsoever you want. But what I'm saying is cheapen yourself, because he's not saying go for someone you like. All he's saying is go for somebody that is willing to spend money on you and basically purchase you. That's his goal. He's like, yo, have 2 boyfriends, and whoever overpays the other one, that's who you could actually stay with. Other than that, just keep finding men to pay for you. Now, I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's a smart way of thinking. For you to put your body to a number sign, like, it makes no sense to me. Like, don't cheapen yourself to that. You should be worth more than that to yourself. And therefore, like, this dude, he's a sucker, bro. Like, he's pandering to women that already have that in their minds and goals. Because I will not disrespect all women by thinking that they're this naive to think that, you know what, if a man can't buy me, again, Birkin bags, then I need to just be with a man so it has nothing to do with love, it has nothing to do with respect. It's legit that can buy me what I want. It's some ignorance. It's childish ignorance, but it's to people, I think, that are already have that mind state. But he has a lot of followers, and you see his comments. He has a lot of people agreeing and vibing, but it's like, it's just childish and ignorant, bro. And like I said, he's Derek Jackson 2.0, because Derek Jackson at least seemed like he had integrity. This dude just seems like he's telling women what they want to hear, and basically telling them to cheapen themselves, to just think of themselves as a dollar sign rather than an actual person, and think of men as a dollar sign rather than somebody that they could connect with.
Actual people. Exactly.
Yeah. So I just think it's nonsense. I hate the fact that certain people have voices, and I hate the fact that certain people want to hear these voices. Like, he should not have a platform. Someone speaking this type of nonsense about having more than one partner just because one might not be financially able to literally support your lifestyle. Not even provide, because I think everyone should try to have someone that could provide, and vice versa. But no, somebody that you legit want to just pay for your lifestyle. He's not saying bring anything to the table. All he's saying is bring yourself, and if he can't afford you, you need to just play with him until you find someone that can. And I find that just disrespectful and ignorant, and people spewing this stuff out. I always come back to this. When it comes to these types of horrible messages, I'm just more concerned with the ears they fall on, which is kids a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I just don't want them to have this false understanding of what it is to be a woman, or men, what you should be, what you will be able to respect, or what you're willing to accept from a woman. Like, no, it's not okay for someone to just use you for your money. It's not. And just because you're a man doesn't mean it's okay. You should be willing to provide, I think, or you should try your best to provide. But if someone's gonna leave you just because that dude makes more money, you need to let that person go. It's that simple.
You don't got none of your business cards on you, boys? Just gonna have to see them up to Agree. That's that shit. Bro, you know who that is? You a child.
In this day and age, do you believe there are somebody out there in this world who does not know what Rhianna looks like?
Really? No, I don't believe anybody in this world does not know what Rhianna looks like.
Okay.
Why do you say that?
Because Riri and hi Rhianna, and ASAP Rocky, they went out, they went to a club, and they didn't have ID.
Yeah.
The bouncer wouldn't let them in because he did not know who they were.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can understand if he didn't recognize ASAP Rocky. I can understand that because maybe he just doesn't know his music, doesn't know of him.
Yeah.
Now, people should know him, especially in New York, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Because they were in New York. Rihanna, on the other hand, you're going to tell me you don't know who she is? You've never seen her? And even after the fact that you say you don't know who she is, people are saying to you, that's Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. A$AP was like, yo, you don't know Rihanna? None of that clicked to you. You still stuck to your guns and said you don't know who they are, so you're not going to allow them to come in.
Yeah.
You know how much money they would have lost, or they could have lost? They should have done. They definitely lost because they didn't allow Rihanna and A$AP Rocky to come inside the club.
Yeah.
Now, once again, it's possible that somebody in this world doesn't know who she is.
Yeah.
You remember the time when Oprah, I believe, was in France or something like that. She went to the Hermes store,
Yeah.
and they were treating her like she couldn't afford anything in there.
Yeah.
And so I get it. If you're overseas somewhere else where people may not know who you are or may not recognize you, I still don't condone it because you don't know what anybody's pockets are like. So treat everybody with respect, but that's just me. But it is what it is. In this case, they are in New York, going to a nightclub. It's Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. And you're going to say, I don't know who you are. You guys don't have ID. Do they look like their children? They don't. I mean, I know the saying, black don't crack.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't look younger than 21.
Yeah.
So you could have allowed them to come inside the club. You were just trying to flex your muscles to show the authority you have, and I'm the authority figure here, and I say you cannot come in. Okay. I bet you the owners are vexed with him for not letting them in because of how much money they would have generated, but hey, that's just me. What do you feel about it?
All right. So, hate to be a contrarian on this subject, but I definitely think the person was being a jerk. I definitely think that he most likely, whether he realized it was them, because again, sometimes people look like people, so he could have been like, that looks like Rihanna, but that isn't. But to say that he didn't know that was Rihanna after the world told him it was, come on, nobody believes you, right? But on the other hand, going inside of a club, hate to be this guy, without ID, that's some privileged stuff. They felt as though they could just go to a club without ID. They should be able to, I guess, because they're famous.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
My question for you is, why do you need ID to get inside a club?
Again, for age, that's generally the purpose.
You get carded when you look underage. They don't look like they're under 21.
Some people card regardless. Some places card everybody. And I'm not trying to take up for this place. I don't know their stats. I don't know what they do. But all I'm trying to say is for them to think they could just walk into a club with no ID and they're not necessarily booked at this club is very privileged. Do I think that it was idiotic of them not allowing them in? 100%. Do I think that he most likely knew and he was trying to flex his muscles? 100%. But do I think he was wrong? No. Because again, it's not like he was like, you're wearing a button down and it's t-shirt night. Then it's just like, come on, bro, you're doing too much. No, it's for the most part the law, for the most part it's the law. Now, not everybody follows it like we card everybody, but for the most part, you're supposed to card when you're allowing people into a place where there's drinking. Therefore, I can't fully say he's wrong for it. I think he might have been doing too much, but I don't think he was wrong for it, to be honest.
Okay.
Just saying. I'm just saying. If let's say I own the establishment, I would fire him. But I would fire him because he was doing his job too good. Because that's the point. I tell him to check everybody's ID because that's how I would if I owned it. I'd be like, everybody, I don't care if they look old, I don't care if they look young. Check everybody. I'm not going to get this place closed down because this 16-year-old girl looks 27. So again, but him not allowing Rhianna at ASAP Rocky, he's fired. But that's just because he'd be doing his job too good. But I would definitely tell him card everybody if I owned the establishment. I'm just saying.
At that point, it's one of those things where, okay, you don't have ID. I can't let you in. You know who this is? That's Rhianna ASAP. Then you hit up the owner and say, hey, there is an ASAP Rocky? ASAP Rocky and Rhianna out here. They don't have ID. What should I do? They're like, if you don't hang up this phone and let them inside this establishment right now, I'm going to fire you on the spot.
Yeah.
That's what you do. But if you hear everybody yelling and you're like, nope, don't have ID, like, you could have done something else. You could have done a little bit more. But that's
100%.
just
100%, definitely. But now, on the other side, on the other hand, they have a camera in front of them and they already asked for ID. Now, if on camera and everything else, they say, I don't have ID, I would be questioning, like, yo, dude, like, maybe let them in through the back or something, tell them, whisper in their ear, like, but I would not still allow them in my establishment with no ID. I just wouldn't want that getting out, that I'm allowing people in, especially clubs in New York and stuff. They're pretty strict on how they move, depending on some of them, you know what I mean? As far as police bothering them and all these other stuff. So I would not want it to get out that I'm just allowing people into the club without ID, even though if
you're
we're
not
very
just
strict on
allowing
that.
people without ID.
Yeah.
The reason why you're not allowing people without ID is because you don't want underage children, you don't want minors in there. But if somebody tells you that's Rhianna ASAP Rocky,
come through the side door. There's no way they wouldn't be getting in. But I would probably not, after it's been, everybody's like, just let them in, whatever. And I've already said it out loud, like, yo, y'all don't have no ID, you can't. And it's on, I see a camera right in front of my face, and they're like, nope, we don't have ID. I'd be like, guys, man. I'd be like, bro, just come through the side,
again,
bro.
It's one of those things. There is an exception to every rule.
I hear you.
You don't let anybody in without ID. If they're regular people, because you don't know who they are, you don't know what their age really is.
Yeah.
But if it's Rhianna and ASAP,
yeah,
you can make the exception. Even if you don't want to do it, you call your owners and say, hey, they're out here, they don't have ID. Can I let them in? Should I let them in?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would have been like, don't bother me with a stupid question like that
100%,
again.
I agree
let
with
them
you.
in.
I agree.
And
I agree at that point.
I'm not going to put them through a back door, a side door. No,
definitely
come
would.
through the front door.
No, but the thing is that the back door and side door, that's like VIP anyways. Like, you know what I mean?
They're
like
already standing at the front door. I'm going to make them walk around?
Yeah, that's like VIP, bro. You ain't going to make them go through the breath. Again, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it was handled perfectly, but in handling it perfectly, it was handled horribly. That's all I'm saying. Because again, no ID, they should not be allowed in. Regardless, those should be the strict rules. If I owned a business club, that's honestly the rules I'd be having. Don't have ID, I don't care who it is, don't let them in. But then, but then, like I said, you called me and say, yeah, last night, Rhianna, I'd fire you. But you did exactly what I wanted you to do. That's why you handled the job perfectly. But in doing that, you handled it horribly. And that's all I'm saying. But he did his job, and he actually did it right, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right.
I'm really just thinking back about our days when we used to go to clubs and they always had a problem. Oh, your jeans are too big. Your shirt's too no hats. Okay. No jewelry. You tuck it in. No, take it off. Why do I have to take it off?
Mm.
tucked in. Like, I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
Where it belongs.
If I go inside, I'm going to put it back on.
Mm.
So
why are you telling me this, sir? Get out, get out of the line.
But no. But it's one of those things. They use every excuse just to get you out.
Right. No, 100%.
Oh, your shoes are not. You're not wearing the proper shoes.
100%.
So you go back, you change your shoes, you come back. There's too many guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just really them flexing their muscle, and I get it. Okay, you'll card everybody because you don't want underage people there.
Yeah.
But they're not underage. So even if they didn't have ID, and even if you question yourself, is that Rhianna? Is that ASAP? And you're like, nah, I don't know. I ain't gonna take the chance. And now everybody and their mamas is telling you, yeah, it is. Now you can see the tattoos, the visible tattoos and everything. You can't doubt yourself that much.
Yeah. I get you.
Call an owner and say, hey, they're here. They don't have ID. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay. Let them in.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying, I don't think that he did anything wrong. That's my argument. He didn't do anything wrong. Do I think that he over-policed? Do I think that he might have been drunk with power? Do I think so many things? But as far as trying to go to a club without ID, you learn that since you're 16. That's the whole point of getting fake ID. Like, that's legit the reason, bro. Like, so for me to say like that he did something wrong, no, he did what he was supposed to do. Do I think it was too much? Yes. Remember, you can follow us on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all CuzTheInternet, as well as you could write us on our Gmail as at CuzTheInternet. Once again, I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm your Jose. And remember, if it's on the internet, we may talk about it. New light, who this? Ayo.
All right.